right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, guys. You want to know my secret to understanding market? This guy. This is Blue Boy. Blue Boy. This is a secret. He's my oracle for stocks and levels. All right. No, I'm joking, guys. Good morning, guys. Good morning. All right. Another beautiful day. We have some winners yesterday. Whew. Welcome to Beyond Charts Morning Brew. It is 8:30. February 8th, 2022. All right, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. All right, guys. So, market, it's been whipsaw, right? We had a couple of movers yesterday. Hope you guys caught it. Nice setups. Nice setups. I hope you guys caught the Amazon setup. That was beautiful, beautiful movement on that. I know that that's not everybody's tea, but all right, just got through the wire. 142 million. Kathy Wood sells 142 million shares of Twitter. All right, cool. All right, guys, a lot of things going down. Like there's a snap offering. But let's get to it. Let me dive in here. Let me add this to the stream. Pre-market. The market had a little sell-off. All right, a couple of things I want to notice here that I'm noticing with what's going down in the market, right? And by the way, good morning to anybody out there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, what's out there with the market right now? All right. It looks like, and I'm just sensing again. This is my opinion. My spidey senses are kicking in. It's looking like we're prepping for a monster sell-off. Okay, and I say that because of what's been happening lately with the price action the last couple of trading sessions, right? And I've noticed that it's been like coordinating selling, right? It's like they're selling it right at the open. And then like they leave, right? Like that, they leave and then they come back for the close and they sell it at the close. That's been happening, right? I've been noticing 12:30, somebody's been coming in buying and it's just enough to get people interested. Like someone's coming in selling it and then there's this buy the dip philosophy or, a mindset. People are buying it and they leave and then they add liquidity and then they sell into that. That's what I'm kind of noticing. I hope I'm wrong, but that's what I see. All right, guys. As far as what we have today, we have a couple of movers pre-market: Peloton, Novax, Harley Davidson. Something came in through the wire that one of the investors for Peloton told them that they requesting that they do share, they do sell, encourage them to sell the company. So again, don't know what that means, but let's get to it. As far as bearings, we got the futures down a little bit, 44.74, kind of recovered a little bit from yesterday, but not enough. Spirit and Frontier are merging. Again, CFO, there's another CEO going into Peloton. So big buys here. Another thing too that came through the wire, BABA. So SoftBank is selling BABA shares. Okay, guys. So don't know because the opposite is happening because I think Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett are buying BABA. Mixed signals there. But again, that just kind of shares me why is it that the SoftBank is selling their shares? And I think a lot of it has to do with probably because of the real estate economy is going there. Remember, guys, China has been lowering their interest rates and we're about to raise ours, right? So that can hurt the Chinese economy eventually. And I think that there's going to be some tension regarding that. And that's another reason why we can't raise interest rates, but we have to because our inflation is running pretty hot, right? So a lot of talks out there about the inflation, raising the rates, not raising the rates, not buying the Fed unloading their balance sheets, and they haven't really done that. They've been buying their balance sheets when we looked at that information. So really interesting to find out what happens tomorrow at 12 o'clock. That's when the Fed governors are going to come out and actually start talking about what they're going to do, what they're looking at, giving their insights. So I think the market's going to pay close attention to that. And also we have the bond market happening at the same day. Also, you have oil inventories coming out on Wednesday. Why is that important? Well, guys, we can't have oil up here trading at where the hell is oil? Yeah, we can't have oil trading. I think Barry has it. Yeah, we can't have oil trading close to $100 a barrel. That's going to affect the consumer big time. It's already affecting us. But again, that is a big signal. So if oil is trading up this high, more than likely that will signal that our interest rate hike is due. Now, we also have some news came out last week regarding China and Russia doing a deal for oil, but they're doing it in euros. Okay, guys. So that is a big deal, not dollars, and that's why a dollar needs to strengthen. Now, the 10-year up is also 10-year note is up at 1.94. The VIX is coming down a little bit, and I think we're just going to have some sideways consolidation going into tomorrow, maybe Thursday, but I see a big move coming into the market. Seeing the big moves coming. I'm noticing that there's coordinated selling happening, but it's not enough. It's not like it's happening. It's happening coordinating. So and what I mean by that is that there's liquidity, right? And then liquidity comes in and they sell into the liquidity just enough to unload their shares. I'm noticing a lot of unloading. So again, remember, funds do one or two things. They either accumulate or they distribute. I see distribution happening and it's coordinated. I don't see people buying. There's a lot of deals out there, supposedly, but they're not buying. All right, so let's go into it, and that's what I mean. And that's what I, again, so futures are kind of hanging in there. Bitcoin is surging a little bit. And there was some news, I was trying to find it, that the SEC or the IRS, the government, is not going to tax Bitcoin until you sell it. Something of that sort. They just came out with some regulatory about Bitcoin, and I'm going to find it. I'll get to it. I was reading a whole bunch of stuff last night. It's saved somewhere, but I'll get to it. All right. Let's go into, this is the deal right now. Velodyne issues warrant for 39.6 million shares to Amazon. Okay, so these are the warrants. This is Velodyne. Again, I traded this company about years ago, and right now it just looks like getting some feedback here, guys. Okay, there we go. So right now, we're just noticing that again, so I don't know when this is going to happen, but that's a lot of shares. Is it going to move the company right now? Don't know. But if you're interested in that, that's VLDR. Just some interesting news that I saw come through the wire. But ultimately, let's get to the what's going down in the markets, right? So let's go down here and let's see. And let's look for the market environment here. And again, so for long term, we're just kind of looking, sizing up where the market's at and seeing what to expect. So again, we're looking at the XPX, the NASDAQ, and the Russell again. So yesterday, what I stated, and I stated this in the for the week ahead, what to look for. Again, I've noticed that these are the parameters that we're looking for. We're looking for 44.50, and we're trading between 45.40. I think that we're probably going to stay there. We had 1, 2, 3 trading sessions, perhaps even 4 without this one, that we kind of stayed in that range. Okay, so what do we expect? Well, I think the big move is going to happen once we break that. So probably Wednesday, Thursday, I expect that this is probably going to break. What do I see going? I see us going back either to 46.17. Yes, going up. The reason why is this, guys. I'm a contrarian, so a lot of times if I go on social media and if I see too many people that are bearish or too many people that are bullish, start thinking the opposite. Remember, is if you ever read Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, when the grocery store guy, a person who just started learning how to do stocks, is telling you, giving you a stock tip, probably do the opposite, right? So again, and social media is a great tool for that, especially TikTok, guys. Just go on there and don't get into arguments with people. Just listen to them, challenge them a little bit, ask them questions, but just listen and then see what is the opposite side of the trade. There's a great book, The Power of Contrarian Thinking. Amazing, written in the 1800s. Great book if you're into that sort of thing. All right. Now, as far as what we expect today, again, we're in this range. Where was the XPX? The E-minis were, and again, this is going to be a little delayed, but the E-minis are, I think, we're right now 44.73. If we're to open right now, that's going to put me at 44.73. 44.49. It's going to put us right 44.83. So it's going to put us right about where we close. Okay, 44.80 was a target yesterday, and I'm going to show you exactly We took some nice trades yesterday on the 1 minute chart into the close, knowing that a sell was probably coming, just the power of observation and noticing that that was possibly coming. So I'm going to share it with you so you can be ready for today. All right. As far as us, we're going to see a break one way or the other. MACDs are still going, but not strong enough. There's not a lot of conviction. And what I mean by that is this, guys. So we have a lot of great companies out there, but they're not buying them. They're really discounted. Let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA just announced, 1.36 billion in some sort of in another revenue source. And they got about another 40 billion back because of their deal. The arms deal didn't go through. So that stock should be up. They killed their earnings. They did really well, but it's not. So again, you have to look at these companies that did well and they're not up, right? So let's look at Google. Google's giving it all back. They're not going back into Google. So things of that sort that I look at and I kind of go, why aren't they buying these shares? Or, these are great companies. So it leads me to wonder, okay, so something else is behind this sell. And remember, when we look at it from the daily perspective, we're forming lower lows and lower highs still, okay, until we start breaking this one, then we're still pretty bearish. Now, if you look at the 50-day moving average, which way is it going? It's going down, okay? So again, guys, we have a very, very different market than we had in a long time. So remember, this is a very different market. So the sooner you realize that, the better off you'll be. So let go of that market. We're in a whole other market right now. Okay. As far as the NASDAQ is below the 200-day moving. The can't recoup, still having the same price action as the XPX. And again, guys, another thing what I've noticed too, the XPX is trading right here at 23 times multiple, right here at 23. So if they raise interest rates, and we could go lower, right? Because usually for them to raise interest rates and for us to be okay, we could be trading at a 17 times multiple, which means that we could probably go lower, and there is room for them to raise interest rates and for us to come down a little bit. Now, the question is how much? And is the market already priced this in already? We don't know that yet, and we're about to find out. Okay, Russell working his way lower, holding a little bit stronger. But again, same type of price action last couple of days. You're going to be looking at 2028. And then on the bottom, you're going to be looking at 1970. So it's in a range, same as here. Now, the NASDAQ has a tighter range of 14,478 and then has a highs of 14,876. The beautiful thing about these ranges, 1, 2, 3 days, remember, these underlines do not like to stay in one place. So they're waiting on news, guys. So this is when you look at candlesticks and you understand how to trade, is that let the market tell you the story. And the story right now, it doesn't really know. It's waiting on news. News, remember, it doesn't matter about your resistance, doesn't matter about your support, your triangle. News trumps technical. So when you start reading these things, it's telling you it's waiting on news, and then news is going to make the market move. So again, then we have news items coming out, and I don't think it's earnings, or the earnings announcements are moving the market, they're moving in stocks like 1, 2 days, but it's not moving it enough. Now, as far as the VIX again waiting on news. Again, just having an inside day, stayed in the range 2482 between 22. This seems very controlled. Again, we are in a very volatile area. Now, as far as moving forward, how are we going to use the VIX? Pretty simple, guys. We are going to go here to about 2486. Set your alert up there. I'm about to set alert up there. And that's going to signal to me if you're thinking bearish, right, and you're in the trade and you want extra conviction, that gets alerted, then we're probably going to go higher on the VIX, and then we're going to go lower on the XPX. Now, if you're going to go on the low side, 22, it means that we are probably going to go again. So the VIX goes there, dings that, then we're more likely going to go to the upper range of the XPX. So pretty simple tool to use, and you don't need to stare at it. Just put your alerts there and you should be okay. But that's going to be the range. I love Mondays because Monday will set the tone for the week. We already know where are the levels of which way is going to go. As far as this is concerning, guys, the 10-year note is climbing, not good for tech. Normally not good for tech. Why is that? Money is becoming more expensive. So any startup, any SPAC is going to be very, very difficult for them to, again, the 10-year note. Now, we have a bond auction tomorrow, so this can probably go, but the 10-year note is climbing. Okay, guys, not good. And again, we broke these levels here. We're breaking that level, and it is climbing. Okay. Don't know if it hits 2, that's not going to fare well for tech. So if you're any tech long term, just be ready. Just be careful. Just this is a signal. This is not a stock. This is the 10-year note. Okay, as far as the movers here, let's look at the XPX and the levels to watch. If you have any ticker you want me to look for, let me know. Write it in the comments, and I'll get to it. But as far as the XPX, right now, XPX, I think we said we're going to open at 44.80. So it's right at the bottom range here. This is a beautiful sell-off that happened. Now, this is the hourlies, and this is the 15-minute time frame. So on the hourlies, this is exactly where we like to take our trades. Now, if you're going to take a trade on the hourlies, we gave yourself more time because we're right at the 50. Anything could happen. Okay, anything can happen right here. This is a beautiful setup, and you'll know shortly which way to go. So again, we're at the 50. It can go either down, and the levels it can go down to is 44.50. Again, 44.16, and then we have this right here at 44.16, 42.94. 42.22. All right, guys, those are the levels for the downside. And again, buy yourself some time. If this starts crossing here, if you study my class, this is exactly what we like to take. It's about to cross on the hourlies. On the upside, what do we got? We got 45.23. Can it take it out? There's a lot of sellers up there. Watch that level like a hawk. Again, right up there. Then we got 45.39, and then we got 45, just under 4,600. All right, on the 15-minute time frame, I'm going to show you yesterday what happened here. Yesterday, well, I'll show you over here. Again, we were range bound. So yesterday I was in a chat and I said, hey guys, the mornings are in. What do I say about it? It's important. Know that 45.20, the mornings are in. So again, mornings are in. It's right there, 45.20. Why is that important? Because when we came back up at the end of the day and you're looking for a sell-off to happen, we were waiting for it. This is where it sold off before in the morning, and this is where it came down. So again, we didn't really bounce here on the 15-minute time frame. We were actually just kind of consolidated sideways. And when you see candles like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, where it's just bouncing, and these are 6 15-minute candlesticks, this is a strong indication that we're not bouncing. And you look at the MACDs and we're rolling down. We're probably going to go ahead a little lower. Now, these were the lows. And then, again, this was just a very easy setup trade if you know what to look for. Again, and what did it look like here? And I want to share this for my students because we talked about this on our class on Sunday. So again, if we're looking for, now this is a 1-minute time frame, guys. If you're looking for something, a sell-off that happened, and also I've noticed this too at 12:30, the last couple of trading sessions, we've been having a reversal. Let's see if we're gonna have one today. So I'm probably not gonna be on TradingView today. A reversal's imminent. I usually go around that time, 12:30, but I have to be prepared for this. I'm letting you know right now. Look for the 12:30 hour. There have been reversing right in there, 12:30, 12:45. The stock market has been reversing and climbing. Okay, but for my students, we were looking at this. The 50-day was holding. We saw the collapse here and breaking down, and this happened at 3:20. Okay, so we're looking at 3 o'clock. Yes, it's tedious. We're looking at this chart since 2:45, 2:30. But again, just play solitaire, play with your cat. Have something, but look at this and get your options ready. And that was a nice trade. This trade actually went, we did the 45.90s, and those went from $1.50. I think they went all the way down to $23. Okay, so again, if you don't trade, it's just real simple. And those were 0 days to expiration, guys. Okay. So again, if you know what to look for, and again, they're selling off at the end. So let's see if that happens today. Again, let's see. I'm going to go back there. All right. So let's go into what is the opportunities for today. So for today, let me go into Bitcoin, get that out of the way. Bitcoin recovered, broke the 50. Again, beelined it to the 50. Let's see what happens here. It's got next level up is 46.16. Now, ideally, what would we like to see? We would like to see it pull back a little bit. form a base, right? And then break through. Now, it is a go time. So this is an opportunity to buy Bitcoin. As I stated, you could have nibbled there. And now, if it holds its 50, this could be, now we want a base, let it break out and break out. That is an entry for Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin starts breaking 4,600, watch MicroStrategy. This thing is going to move, okay? It just moves. It has a long way to go. So if you feel Bitcoin is going to go up higher, I would, look at MicroStrategy, maybe some long calls, because this you'll start printing really, really well. Again, Ethereum finding some resistance at that 50-day. Again, now let's see. Can it break through? I would like it to pull back base and break through, and that would be an entry. As far as the overall indices, now we had, let's look here. Now, this is the time frame that we're looking for. Okay, let's look here. Let's see what's going down as far as overall. Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for, okay, so at the open right now, we're probably going to open up here. We're too far away from the 50-day moving average. So let us set up, let it come back up, and let's see. Now, I think that the market's still going to be range bound. I'm more biased to the bearish side, but again, keep your mind open again, and but again, we got key levels to watch now. 44.71 and 45.22. And then we have 4,500. So key levels to watch. Also notice this too. I talked about this in class, and I said that the 50 is the medium. Okay, so look at the moves here. Now, it was about the same amount of moves from the 50, 44.98, about 20 points and 20 points down. So again, it's, again, it just moved, boom. So when you have sideways consolidation, look for that. And then again, NASDAQ, a little bit weaker. Again, I'm in some long-term puts on NASDAQ or the QQQs. Reason being is the TNX is not looking too good. I know from my history, TNX when it's high, not a good sign for tech. So I expect tech to probably go a little lower. Okay, so that's why I'm in those. Russell, a little bit better. Remember, interest rates helps the Russell because of the bank section. So let's see if that comes to fruition. But Russell got hammered out of all of them. Hammer's trying to hold. Now, here's the thing. All of them are going to go in unison. All of them are going to go in unison. And let's see. Google, and this is the thing with Google. Google is working its way lower. And I'm going to go into Google here. Let me just go over here with Google and share with you on the big screen here. So when we look at Google, and I'm bringing Google up just because, again, this is the daily part and this is the 15-minute chart. But let's look at the dailies. Google rallied, couldn't break that level. That's a strong level. And then it gave it all back. Gave it all back. This is alarming to me. Why aren't they buying Google? Okay, so again, Google's about to break the 50. And then if this goes negative and we look at the moving averages, same type of deal. It looks like it probably can go a little lower from a daily perspective. The MACDs are having a hard time breaking above zero. And if this starts crossing 50, that is an entry in our system to trade to the downside. Now, this is the daily part. So basically, to give yourself a lot of time. But again, Google is working its way lower if you're trading that. Now, if you look at it from the hourly perspective, the hourly Google broke the 50 a couple of days ago. Having a hard time reclaiming it. And let's see. So right now, let's see if Google, are they going to sell it off at the open or are they going to take it back up to the 50? Let's see. So pretty far away from the 50, not a tradable event right now. Just watch it. Again, so as far as Google. What else we got? Amazon. So let's talk about Amazon. Yesterday, when I said the call, I said Amazon was winding up. Look at winding up. And it gave you the first 15 minutes, it gave you some cheese. It gave it to you, right? And I'm going to show you what that looked like on Amazon here. Again, so this was a trade right off the 15 minutes. Sometimes you don't get them, but sometimes you do. This was yesterday, right? This was the hourlies. Yesterday, this was right here. Squeezing, pick the direction, and it was gone. So what did that look like if you're going to be trading that real quick? On the 1-minute chart, now Amazon was very, very wild. But if you're setting this up yesterday, this is exactly what it looked like, okay? Boom, you're waiting, and cheese, and it's gone, right? And it took off and it hit our levels of 30 to 30, actually gave you a little bit extra, right? So that was a good trade yesterday if you're looking at for a fast quick. Now throughout the day, it's very, very volatile. Again, extremely volatile if you want to trade it. So again, but pick your spot. Just pick your spot, guys. If you're looking for movement, you're going to get movement on option. The thing about it is that as an option trader or a trader, momentum trader, you're looking for movement, right? We're looking for movement. So just some people fear it. Here's the thing. Just give yourself maybe 1-2 trades a day. So that way you have to pick your spots and pick your poison. So now Amazon, what's it looking at? It's probably going to head back to that 50-day, 30.94. MACDs are coming in. Let's see what happens there. Let's see how it reacts to that 3,100. MACDs right now in the 50-minute time frame looks like it probably wants to retest, come back down. It looks like it probably wants to come back down in this area. So let's see what happens there. Okay, so let's look for an opportunity here. Now, Tesla, they took Tesla down. Now, Tesla has something with a steering wheel. They mentioned that they took the chips away from the steering wheel, which was a little weird because they never really stated, did you need the chip with the steering wheel? Like, what was the use for that chip? But again, that was something on the video. Okay. All right, so on Tesla, let's see what happens. Now, here's the thing on Tesla. We had the move yesterday, and I had a text from a dear friend of mine who was really good, but he didn't hear the or part when I said. So when I gave you the levels on Tesla yesterday, I said, here's Tesla, because it was winding up as well. It was at the 50. I said it was going to pull back. Watch it at this 926. 936 to get it better, meaning it was going to pop. And I'm going to show myself a little bit so I can give you the demonstration of the hang signals here. So what do I mean by that? 936 means that it can probably move. They sold it off there. That means it's going to move. 950, it's pretty hard, right? It's pretty hard. I said it's either going to pop 50 or it's going to sell off 50. He didn't hear the or part. But again, and the reason why I said that, because look at 950, pretty freaking hard. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Guys, look at this. This is like a rock. There's somebody selling it right there. Now, here's the thing. If they're short, if we identify where they're short covering right there, then more likely we know it's going to pop, because if we have force to buy in it, then more than likely it can break through and they're going to cover. If they cover, it's going to add more buying pressure to Tesla. Again, this is why we study levels. Levels are important here. All right, as far as today, still in a range. Clearly, you can see it's in a range. Where can Tesla go? Can it retest the lows here of 881, 874, somewhere in there? Can it retest those lows? It's in a sideways consolidation. If it breaks up here and starts taking out 914, it's probably going to go to 926. Same thing as 936. And then we got 950. Stupid hard. Okay, so watch that and let's see what happens there. So I hope that cleared up that. IRSRG, again, just hanging in still right there. CMG working his way higher. They have earnings today. Let's look at CMG. CMG, again, so CMG, I did some research yesterday. So I said yesterday that they have, again, is inflation going to hit them? Yes, but they also farm when they get their food from nearby farms. Okay. So don't know. Yum Brands announces today as well. That's a competitive. So I'm going to be looking at this. Do we feel like CMG has been hammered enough? It's been hammered. So again, this could possibly move. They're buying it, right? There's been a lot of base. They've been buying it. So let's see at the close what's happening here, and we'll look at these for an option. Okay. Again, this will be a lotto play. And again, just money that you are prepared to lose, but maybe this goes higher. Maybe this has been hammered enough, right? So inflation, all of that. Now they do have pricing power, and they could expand. Okay, but are they going to expand? So I don't know yet, but we'll see. But as far as the levels, what do we got? We got 1503. On the high side, if we can take that out, it's probably going to go. And the downside, 1446. All right. And remember, this will be a one-day event. Don't fall in love, because what I'm noticing, things are moving and then they're selling off. Okay. As far as like they're not buying it consistently. There's no day twos. Okay, so let's look at here. It is 9 o'clock now. All right, so Lam Research working his way lower. Goldman Sachs, watch Goldman trying to recoup, but if Goldman takes out 368, then it's probably gonna put some pressure on the XPX. So watch it. Ideally 371. The banks should be up because high interest rates should help the banks, but we'll see. Netflix working his way lower, guys. Working his way lower. If we look at Netflix, Netflix looks like it probably can retest these lows here. So watch it, but it's right where we like it. It can probably, if the MACD start turning, it could probably head back down to 398. 393. They're buying it at 393, guys. 393. They are buying it. Okay, so be right there. They're buying it. On the high side, you got 404. If it breaks that, it can probably go to 407 and then retest these highs of 413, 414. Roku. Little different on Roku. Roku missed last earnings on guidance, and they also missed on their advertising sales when everybody hit their ad sales. So what is Roku going to do this quarter? Can it take it lower? So too far away from the 50. Let's see what happens. NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, again, not up. NVIDIA should be at 270 with all the money they're making. This is a clue for me. Why isn't NVIDIA up? So again, why isn't NVIDIA up? NVIDIA should be up, guys. NVIDIA should be up. So 252 should be above 260. It's not. That is alarming to me, guys. So watch it at 246. It's probably going to work its way up to 246. Let's see what happens there. 251 on the high side. It can go back down to 241 once it goes separate. It goes up there and back down. But again, they are selling NVIDIA. That's alarming. Mercado Libre, right there, 1044, can go back down to 987 or the high side of 1076. Remember, we're having a sideways consolidation. So again, we're going to be looking for sideways. Hit your marks. Right now, Apple, really close. It's on the wrong side. 172. If it starts taking 171, 170, we go lower, guys. 169. Again, on the high side, 173. 174 and 176. Shopify coming up with earnings soon. Let's see what happens. Again, 873 going sideways. Probably has 908, 856, 810. All right, on TTD, let's look at this. I'm looking for probably going to go back to the 50 of $73. Affirm announcing soon. Are they going to hit? They're going to miss. That's a long way to go down. Look at this. If they miss 63, can go down to 56. It's right there, guys. Right there. Ooh. 69 on top. If it takes 64, it's probably going to go to 67, 69. Has a long way to go down. That might be a setup right there for me at the open. I don't like this company, and I think that they're not doing well. Upstart, remember, they're selling the pops on the Upstart. They're selling the pops on Affirm as well. Upstart, let's see. HubSpot, right there. Can it decline? If it goes back down, it's going to go to 451 from 478. If it goes up, it's got 494. So let's see. They also announce earnings too. Zoom, again, 142, sideways, 139, 147. Bookings, again, rallied yesterday. Okay, this was a weird one. Rallied. Let's see, it's probably going to pull back. Let's see how it reacts at 24.62. Can go back to 2,500 or can go back down to 23.93. What else we got? ServiceNow, let it pull back up. Coinbase, Bitcoin is helping it. If Bitcoin goes down, guys, so look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin should pull back. It should pull back in base, right? If Bitcoin pulls back in base, then more than likely Coinbase is going to pull back a little bit too. Okay, so watch it at 199, 197. How far does it go back up, right? And then to get it better, 204, 206, whatever that is, 211. Okay, as far as the overall spiders, let's look at what's going down with the spiders. Look at the 4 a.m. hour. I don't have my things up, But 4 a.m. So this is the hourlies. This is spiders. Spiders working his way lower, still in a range like the XPX. If you want to looking for this for a trade, again, this was the last hour right there on the 50-minute time frame. You had it right there. Again, I think it was Skates. Skates said, all right, waiting all day. Missed the move at the end of the hour. I did avoid getting. Okay, good. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Good morning, Josh. What's going down? What's going down? Do I think Bitcoin will pull back? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So again, once you know price patterns on Bitcoin, guys, again, then this is my thing, and I'm going to put this in here. This is words to live by. Write it in your piece of paper. Write it. This will make you a better investor, better trader. Don't chase, let it base. Say it 5 times, say it 10 times, say it all the time. All right. So when we look at Bitcoin right now, you're going to have plenty of time to get in. Bitcoin, right? So what I mean by don't chase, let it base. What I mean by that is, again, it's broke out. It's probably going to come back down and break through. Okay, there is selling right there at 45.72. And again, when we see here, when it broke, it's about to break the 50. So now we're going into buying. Right now is a buying opportunity right near the 50. Again, I'm going to say that again. Buying near the 50. We buy near the 50. We buy near the 50. We buy near the 50. Okay, that's the system that we trade. Because when you trade it, when you buy it away from the 50, that becomes a lower probability. Buy it at the 50, that is the highest probability you can buy Bitcoin at. The highest. Now, it can go back down, but again, it's better than buying it here, right? And now we're at the 50. It's making some moves. If the MACDs can break above zero, both, then that is a buying opportunity. Now, how do you know you're wrong? If the MACD starts turning, breaking below zero, and this thing starts breaking below 50, then we're wrong in the trade, and this is probably going to go lower. But right now, what I mean, it had a big move right here. Let it pull back, let it blow up some steam, and then let it probably bounce and let it go. It can either go up and back down and bounce. And if we look over here, what transpired here, came back down, broke through. This was a little bounce, and then right here, this is when you had to move. The MACDs broke through. So again, right now, if we look at this, we're right here. We're right there, right there, right there, starting to break. So we'll see. Something big is about to happen. It's got 46,186 on top, but it's getting close. I like this action. For me, I buy near the 50. All right. Yeah. Do you? No. Just no. There is no tutorial. There might be a tutorial on my YouTube. Just go on trading tutorial, like on the training session. There's some in there. It's not a setup. It just go on indicators, press MACD. It's pretty standard. All right. All right. So there's my level on Bitcoin. As far as what to set up for today, again, we're going to have some sideways consolidation. Let's look at the QQQs because I think that is probably going to sell off. Again, near the 50 is probably going to pull back up. Let's see if it goes to 355, how it acts there. If it starts bouncing down, it's got 353 and it's got 350. Okay, on the downside. On the hourlies, this is a 1 minute chart. On the hourlies, again, we're below 50. You know that 357 is going to be really, really hard, guys. Really, really hard. And again, do you see this this is 361 on the QQQs. Having a hard time getting above that. Let's look at IWM because if IWM reverses, that's been the strongest one. Again, on the hourlies, we're right there, guys. Right there at the 50, 199. If it starts curling, then it's probably going to go back down to 194. If it starts breaking up, it's probably going to go to 201, 204. So again, that's the hourly. You have a nice setup there on the 50-minute time frame. Right there again. Boom. Guys, this is what we've been talking about. Boom, boom. This is exactly what I like to see. Something big is about to happen. Now, IWM, looky here. Is it going to break down? If it breaks down, it's going to 197, going to 194. Right, 197. If it goes up, it's probably going to go to 201, 203, 204. Boom. I like this setup. It's at the hourlies and it's at the 15-minute time frame. This is what I'm looking at today. Looking at this today. This is what I'm looking at. Boom. This is it. I'm looking at this at the morning. All right. Affirm, looking at that as well. Okay, it's 909. All right. Affirm on the hourlies. Close. These guys have earnings. When is their earnings? The 10th. Is somebody trying to get out of this before earnings? All right, let's see if we can catch this. If this can drop. If they take it down before earnings, that's not a good play. 56. Will they take it down before earnings? Watch it at 61. See how it reacts there, right? Watch it at 61. This can probably go down. If it takes this out and goes lower, it's probably going to go down. So that's what I'm watching too. All right. As far as the open, did we like Amazon or anything? Any of the big movers here? Amazon probably going to work a little higher. Google should work his way a little higher. CMG. Let's look at CMG real quick. All right, CMG. All right. Up here. Too far away. Can it get legs? Can it get legs? Oh, that might be interesting. This is 1490. 1490 puts it right up here. All right, it's got 1502 on top, 1522. Let's watch how this reacts at the open. Okay, let's see how this reacts at the open. It's pretty close to that 1505. Don't like it. I'm going to see how this reacts. All right, guys, we have a couple of setups there for you guys. It is 9:11. Get your options ready. All right, guys. Awesome. Let me go back here. Let me get rid of that. All right, guys, go out there, go get it. If you have any questions, Skates, let me know about how you're doing, Skates. Again, I would say look at 12:30. Guys, look at 12:30. The last couple of trading sessions, the reversal have been happening right around that time. Also, the last hour, they've been selling it. So again, the moves that I've been noticing is happening the first hour, and then the last hour they've been happening. Again, just identify those levels, and then we have an important date tomorrow. So I don't suspect that we're probably going to move, but anything's possible until tomorrow, maybe Thursday. All right, guys, go out there, go get it. Go get it. And gracias. My pleasure. Got it at 12:30. And oh, beautiful. Got it. Love it. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope go get it. Stay green. There's a lot of opportunity out there. You just got to know where to look for it. And again, just stay clear. Give yourself a couple of 1, 2, 3 trades. Pick your spots and go get it. All right, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, go do it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Got one more message tomorrow. Yeah, thank you. You're very, very welcome. You're very, very welcome. All right, guys. Go out there, go get it, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right.